Alright, good morning everyone, and welcome to another episode of this. I don't know what this is. Anyway, so the reason I'm playing this right now is because my actual last video on this that I played for about a good couple hours is actually out of date. If you look at the version date, new version date 0.914, there are a lot of differences. So I'm going to go ahead and just get started. I have leveled up some, so we're going to see a little bit higher end play than before. I know it's something some people talked about before, so I'm gonna go ahead, talk, make a new sector, normal pacing, everything normal pretty much. I guess that's about the same. And see what they've added new, so we can see kind of like a huge difference. Right off the bat, they've added a little bit new on the UI a little bit more. A little bit cleaner, a little bit more easier to manage. Alright, we already found our first race, the Shadow. See, I don't have... No, that's fine, there's one or more location. So now you start off with a mission, apparently, that says to start out to find some other places to go to. Now, having played it does not make me any better at it. So if I tend to suck at it, it's just because, well, I still don't really understand. So let's see what we can do. Anything with the little star on it, meaning that it's something that can be done in system. I learned, I know. So we can take some of these, destroy the listening post, like that, and then the rest can just go sod itself. So let's see what else we can find around here. I should probably read some of these. So I need to search for goods, destroy a listening post, and a coronal mass ejection. Now, again, the selling point for this game, as opposed to different Star games, is that these missions have merit. If you don't do them, things will happen. It's not like, oh, you didn't get that shield generator. Okay, whatever. Just got a drink, man. No, the planet will actually become either unhospitable, or it might even split into a different sub-faction that might be against or for you. Your role in this world is really just to, try and see what happens, keep it alive, and ally yourself with the most powerful race by the end of the game. If they hate you and they want to kill you, you lose. So really, you're kind of like the middleman. You're buddying up with the enemy, if you want to call them that. No, some of them, you don't mind. So you'll do things like subvert other species in the game, just so that your chosen faction will actually rise to the top. Sabotage other factions so that they can't produce goods as a well enough rate as anyone else. Should probably go look for some other areas. Now, loot in this game is much like, I want to say Diablo, but well, no real but. I just can't shoot and talk at the same time. See, that's what happens. See, those are mines right there, and I go through them like I just did. They blow up. It was worth it. Alright, I'm damaged. I can go back here, repair up a bit. Dun dun dun. Just to repair all. I found robotic troops somewhere along the way, and don't need that. I don't think I need any of these so far. I don't remember. severe non-lethals. And nothing there. And so now we find the Fringe, another faction that might have some work for us, and hopefully doesn't get into a war with Shadow. There are different factions in the world that have different abilities, not really different abilities, but just different traits. So, for instance, the Fringe, they're chaotic and aggressive, so they're very hard to become allies with, since they can be very aggressive with other races, and that can just put you in a very tough position where they're always at war and in a position that they might be wiped out at any second. So, and it gives you little hints here, like little tips, like they are hard to predict because they change direction so often, aggressive, tends to have bad relations, so it lets you know a little bit. So even if you're new, it at least gives you a little bit of a guideline. Whereas Shadow, they're spies and they're defensive, so naturally good at spying, and their ships are hard to notice by enemies, and are more defensive than other races, also going to boost their ship's defense. So these are small things, but they do make a difference when you're dealing with them versus other races. See, like already, propaganda has caused problems on Darkanic or whatever, controlled by the Drac Empire. We haven't found the Drac, but now we know they're here. But so that means that they might have bad reputations later on. So it's small things like that that drive the galaxy, the world forward. Okay, that ship kind of blew up. Yeah. The shields are down, but I'm not sure. Okay, that's a minor hit. You don't want to go through that. You want to live. There's another planet. Hopefully it's, of course, not explored. That's fun. Unexplored planets are planets that have not been colonized yet by other places. So, go ahead and identify all. The reason that's actually important is if you were in a new sector, you wouldn't be able to actually do anything on it other than just scan it. So the Drax, they're raised after you fly, so their ships get attack and defense bonuses, and aggressive, tend to have bad relations, often start wars. Let's see. Oops. So Pipperland, that over there has one of the things I need, so we're gonna go there. So again, if you're unable, or if you just find a system that has unexplored planets, that means that none of the races will actually have colonized it, and you don't actually have an ability to colonize it. Like I said, you're just one person, an operative in this world where you're trying to be good and make nice with people, specifically the most powerful. Alright, now what does it take this stuff? I need to go to... Oh, wait. So these are both in the same place, so both in that planet. Wow, that planet is bones. Oh, and you do have shared stash and ship stashes, so if you have different... this is kind of like Diablo-like world where you have different instances. The worlds are completely randomized each time they're made. I didn't mean to do that, did I? No. Alright, now that we solved those, we're actually in good standing with these guys. Oh my god! You have angered the AI gods. But it's okay. I get good relations for helping these guys out. Now you people out there watching this, you're like, why can he just avoid those? It seems so easy. A little bit harder than that. Or I can just suck, whichever works for you. Now, speaking of levels, there are different levels, and as your character progresses, you can actually put yourself level up different aspects, such as tactical helm, structural engineer, and they both have different stats they boost on their own. So, for instance, computers might actually give more attack overall, but they also allow you to get better computers, jammers, radars, and sensors. And since this is of level 21, requires 21 computers, I can't use it, which puts me in a bad position. But each different race you chose, there are different races. You can choose as much as there are different races in the world, in the galaxy. So, for instance, I chose the Hive ship. That means that my Hive ship will actually have race-specific components that I can put in that other races can't put in. So I might be able to put in a medium slot here or a small slot here. I think actually put it in here. Yeah, I actually don't even know what can go here. Oh, missile defense components, thruster boost, or Hive crew. So there you go. There's a lot of little small aspects of this I don't know if I can get into, like all at one time. So we're gonna try this over time. I don't need that either. See, and the world is going on even though I'm not doing anything but talking to you guys. And you know what, since I think Shadow is the most powerful right now, yeah, Shadow faction is the most powerful, so I'm gonna get more quests from you guys. Be your BFF. Alright, so we gotta find a listening post somewhere. I don't even know where the hell to look for that. They have so many just random missions I haven't, and many times I played through this, I still haven't figured out what missions they have. Oh, there's a listening post. That wasn't so hard. Oh, yeah, let's dump some. Oh, I don't have enough energy to put some more mines there. Come on, go ahead and die. It's gonna get there. Of course, I've had better lasers too. This one takes so long. Yeah! We're best friends now. Okay. Now, if you're out here and you complete a mission, all you need to do, instead of just actually going to the planet, is actually talk to them directly. In fact, sometimes you might actually solve missions and not even know it. Which is great, in a way, because it's like getting a present. Alright, so... Oh, cool. They added relation breakdown. Now, again, if you actually want to help your own chosen class, what you can do is you can actually trade with them and help them out, give them like more planet, information. So they'll actually look at it and sometimes actually colonize planets that you offer planet data. So I'm going to go ahead, give them some of that love, so that they might expand. Now the enemies do have different levels too. Yeah. Just gonna run with that. Right now this is pretty much an easier. That was kind of like a little bit of an elite.